I am very excited to do this video, but
you
should
be sad a little bit
What?
too to do this video. Because the company no longer exists.
We'll talk
they
about
no
that.
longer have the rights.
We'll talk about that. Power Rangers was the biggest franchise in my childhood. This was everything to me when I was a kid. Power Rangers were the coolest thing when you were a kid in my generation. They were unbelievable. Ninja Turtles started it, and that was cool, but when Power Rangers came along the scene, holy crap.
Turtles, that was mine.
Turtles was awesome, but one of the most played with toys, I would say, in that little section, about 93 is when these came out, were the Automorph Power Ranger figures, okay? So these things were giant. These were the ones that everyone played with because they were affordable. They had like the 8-inch figures and the Zords and everything, but these are something that every parent could get their kid because they weren't that much money.
And they were readily available.
Readily available, besides green and white when you came out. Those are always hard. You had to get those on the black market. But still, you would still be able to get these, and these are what most people have. Like you said, Bandai is no longer going to be making Mighty Morphin Power Rangers stuff, Power Ranger stuff in general in the United States market. So that'll bring up an interesting point when we get to it. I do want to say, do not get mad at me for this video. I will say this because, again, I know we are a toy review channel, a nerd channel. But remember we're nerd because we are collectors.
We are collectors. I think we're collectors first before we're reviewers.
I can't rip them off the card. But I'll give you close-up pictures and all that good stuff.
You will get to see everything in the package.
In the package. But I will take them out of this weird gray packaging.
Yeah,
so when I first saw them in the store, I thought, what's the deal with that? I don't understand why you would put a card inside of a protective case. It's really kind of stupid. These are $20, so it's not like they're super expensive to need to protect them that much. And they're readily available. You can go buy them in any store.
Cool that
Target,
they
Walmart.
put it in the protector case,
well,
though.
I put it on Instagram and I was like, hey guys, what's the deal with the packaging? I don't get it. And somebody made a good point. They said half the people are saying it's for protection and things like that. And I guess I could see that, but it doesn't really make sense to me. What I was made aware of, it's so they could put their new labels on it. So since the actual card is done as close as possible to the original, which it is. It just says reproduction package. That's really the only difference on it. They wanted to keep it as close as possible as the original, and in order to do that, they had to have these boxes here that had all the new branding. That makes
absolute 100%.
100%. And on the back, this is all new too, so this isn't what you'll see on the packaging. These are new. You can see how they automorph. You got a couple other figures. There's only 3 of them right now. You got red, pink, and green. Tommy, Jason, and Kimberly, who are the best anyways, right?
That's right.
And, okay, I know. They're not your favorites, but it's okay. Oh, it even has a story on the back of it. It says the story. Oh, never mind, it's the Power Ranger story. I lied. I thought I was going to tell you the story of the Automorphers or whatever. It says Automorphin figures were released in the fall of '94. I think I remember that in '94, but I think I remember the figures actually saying '93 on them. Like, they were actually stamped on them.
You know, I really don't know because I never played with these until they had been out for a couple years because I didn't have them. And my cousins had them and I'd go over their house and play with them, so...
They were great, I'm telling you. So, let's get into it. First one will be Tommy. I actually have an original on card.
You know what?
Not in good shape. Not in good shape at all. I just found it when we were moving.
Yeah, you did.
It's on card. These aren't actually super valuable even if you have them on card. You're not going to pay a whole lot for them. But I can tell you this. This is very, very close to what the original was.
It's very close, because I remember the original, you would have these big, bulky shoulders. Of course, you have to have that for the head to be able to flip. But I remember looking at it and thinking, oh god, this is weird looking. And they
were ugly.
I was like, what? But it
was the head morph that kids wanted, because the way it works is you have the regular Tommy action figure, whoever the person is, and really the face sculpts weren't that bad.
No,
they were pretty close. And then basically what you do is you would push their belt, their power morpher, and their head would flip to their helmet.
My cousin Jack and I used to play with these all the time. And we would try to flip their heads, and somehow we would always like try to get it to stick, so you'd have their heads like kind of horizontal.
Yeah, I mean they were great fun. I specifically remember the first time I got one. I was at a Kmart in Indianapolis, and these were the first time they came out. Right, I knew when they were coming out because commercials back then. I don't even know if kids have commercials back now. I don't know, but I remember a commercial watching Power Rangers, and the commercial came on, and I was like, hey Mom, can we go to like Kmart for whatever? And then I say, hey, can we go to the toy section for whatever? Hey Mom, look at this cool figure. It's only like $6, which I don't know if that's what it was. I think it was around $6. And then my mom and dad were like, all right, you can have one, that's fine. And I was like, but he has nobody to fight. So
I remember your dad telling me this story,
Yeah.
and you were like, but he doesn't have any friends, you need someone to fight. And your dad was like, I like that reasoning, son.
yeah.
Too.
So I got 2 of them that day. And eventually I think I got most all of them, if I'm not mistaken, because my sister liked Power Rangers too, so she got yellow and pink, and I got the rest of them. Enough of the stories. Let me get into the actual product, because that's why you're here to watch it on video.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we get sidetracked. I can't help it. But
that happens all the time.
again, the card looks exactly like the old version, and this artwork is some of my favorite artwork. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers with the 5 originals on there.
Right.
I always remember that artwork, and I think it was done so well. Like, I know it's kind of goofy, but like almost colored pencil look to it. I always love.
I mean, all of the art from that era looks like that. It's very common.
Bold
yes.
and just beautiful. I really loved
the
it.
colors blend well together.
Yeah, and so you have that great artwork. You have the real Morphin action head. You can see how it switches from Tommy's face to the Green Ranger.
I always had
Tattoo
a giant
included.
brush on Tommy.
Did anybody ever use it? I never used that tattoo when I
don't know.
whatever did with it. And then as far as the figure goes, you get the Green Ranger with his. Well, he never really uses the blaster, so I don't know. The Dragon Dagger's in there, though, and then the shield, and then it says Automorphin Power Rangers Tommy, and then the back of it, this is what I love, man. This is what I love. Again, the artwork, this is some of the fantastic... I mean, remember those commercials, those Power Ranger commercials? I always remember the little Power Rangers coming down, get your Morphin action, or whatever. It's
Stop.
This is Zordon. It's transforming time. Evil space aliens are approaching your location.
But yeah, so the back of it I love, and you could put all of the weapons together, which was something that was really cool, and you could get that
really?
power blaster.
I didn't know you could do that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Combine your weapons. It's your only hope.
And then you got all the figures on there, and then the evil space aliens, whose heads didn't morph, but they were still sort of had some things going on. I think I might have had Pudgy Pig, if I'm not mistaken.
God, Pudgy Pig was my favorite.
I remember the,
I didn't even know they made Pudgy Pig.
Oh yeah, man, Pudgy Pig is the coolest villain. That wasn't like an awesome, like,
Oh, he was
Zed or
my
something.
favorite.
He was great. Okay, so, moving on. You want to do Kimberly?
Yes, let's do Kimberly.
Somebody out there right now is like, that's sacrilegious!
Probably. Now, the back of Kimberly's packaging is the exact same as Tommy's, so I'm not going to go over it. But the front of it, of course, we have the same logo up at the top, and then you have Kimberly with her real morphine action. Her face looks kind of funky, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I like how they included the part. Of course, Kimberly had that part all the time, and the original had that part in the toy, too, so it's kind of fun that they included that. Her tattoo's included. She has her blaster and her bow, and she's awfully wide.
Well, that was the
always
thing.
bothered me.
That was the
It still
thing.
bothers me.
Yeah,
'cause
that
it's
was
like,
what
yeah.
everybody always complained about even back then, is that
Yeah.
they used the same bodies on the girls that they did the boys. That
Right.
was the big thing.
There was no differentiation between
It was as
them.
cheap as they could make it. They pumped these things
Yeah.
out during the holidays, if I'm not mistaken.
But-
And they had to get them out and cheap as possible, and they all use the same bodies. Nowadays, it's not like that.
Right.
You can get figures.
And plus the joints are massive on these things too. And
All
I
of
think
them
it was
were.
just the style of the toys or
But
the
you didn't
action
see them
figures
breaking.
back then.
But you didn't see them
No,
breaking.
they lasted.
They did
were
last.
built to last.
All right, let me open up Jason. He's the last one in the first series or whatever.
Trini was my favorite, so
Okay, so here we go. Jason, final one. Again, everything's the same. Nothing changes. Nothing drastic anyways. Again, we have Jason's face, which I thought the face sculpt was pretty good.
it looks just like Jason. in my
That's
opinion.
really good for
In my
something
opinion.
small like that back then. And then, of course, we have the tattoo included. You get his blaster, and then his sword, his power sword. And then that red. I always love that red. That's a good-looking red.
Yeah, it's very bright, it's very vibrant, and it's kind of funny that he's so red, and then in the logo up at the top of the card, he looks kind of orange.
That's what I always loved about it. The artwork is so strange. It was just amazing. Nothing like it at the time. So yeah, I mean that's a 3-pack. That's what we get right now. Again, you can find these at basically every store right now.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen them at Walmart, we've seen them at Meijer, Target, so
anywhere that
most
sells
of them
action
have.
figures,
Yeah.
you're probably going to see these. And typically they run $20. That's what you're going to pay
Did
for
Toys
them.
R Us have them? I can't remember.
I don't think Toys R Us had them.
I don't think they did.
Kind of weird, isn't it? They should
I
have
was
an
gonna say, you might be
exclusive or
able to get
something.
them on clearance now.
So okay, that's them. Let's bring up the elephant in the room because I think we need to talk about it. Bandai not making
Yeah.
Power Ranger toys anymore.
So I'll never get Trini.
Are we gonna see? Okay, surely Hasbro is going to take over what people want. You can't just end it with these 3. Surely.
I doubt it because it has the Bandai branding and logo on it and everything.
True.
I doubt they're gonna
But
do it.
what if they? I don't think Bandai
Because they
would let
can't
them.
change it. Yeah.
I don't think they could do a Hasbro one of these
It
and then
is not going to happen. I'm just gonna say it right now. It's not gonna happen.
Oh, that really hurts my feelings.
They're never going to do it because they're not going to. Companies that don't have a working relationship like that, they're not going to want to put another company's brand or logo on their item.
That's tough. That's
so
rough.
I highly
They
doubt
had to
it'll
pay him a
happen.
little bit. They're gonna sort of have to pay him anyways, I believe, because they're still gonna get some kickbacks, right? Maybe. I don't know, because Saba, I guess,
I
would
mean, we
get all the
still
kickbacks.
don't really know what's going to happen with the Legacy line.
Scares
We're kind
me.
of on the
I don't.
fence
That's
as to
all I
what's
want
gonna
is the
happen.
Legacy line. Now
Yeah.
I want Hasbro to take it over in a way because I think Hasbro makes better stuff. I think
Mm-hmm.
in the recent years, Bandai's made a lot of sort of cheap stuff.
Well, I
Some of
feel
that
like-
new stuff they came out with, especially for the movie, was awful.
Yeah.
Those were some horrible toys, and
Well,
they
plus,
could have done much better.
For some reason, I don't know why, but Bandai would sprinkle in Legacy items. It's like, okay, we're going to do like 2 or
And
3
do
of this,
stupid
and 2 or 3
exclusives that were hard to get
Yeah.
that you'd want. Which reminds me, because I mean we haven't got the White Ranger. So White Ranger is my favorite. I like the Green Ranger, but White Ranger was my Power
He
Ranger,
was
man.
everybody's favorite. let's be
And
honest.
so that has to be done. And then again, we need the rest of the normal 5 crew. And then on top of that, I wish they would make the metallic ones from the movie.
I want
They
Rita
came out, too.
and all of that too.
I'd like the bad guys too. So yeah, I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope that we're gonna get the rest of them because
You're gonna be hoping for a
again,
while.
I got 2 sets because I want to hang these on the wall, and I just want extras to throw out there because I'm weird like that. Because I mean, these were like seriously some of my childhood. That's why I did it. But yeah, so let's just hold our hands and cross our fingers
Cross your toes.
and hope that they will finish this out because that's a big deal to me. So, anyways, I'm sorry. I know all we had to do was show off these figures, and we started talking for now almost 13 minutes. My apologies.
happens.
Anyway, so thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.